Now, if you're a coach, a facilitator, or a manager, the Genius process is easy to use and gets great results if you build it in small incremental doses. This is called continuous improvement, Kaizen, marginal gains, compounding effect, +1, +1, +1. Small, consistent applications of questions, curiosity, around the different Genius traits and the paragraph is all you need to do. So I'll walk you through the framework of what makes this process different and so powerful, and then give you a few examples. When we take all of the assessment tools out there, there's one simple thing we're looking for, and that is a clear description of what I look like at my best and how I can get in my own way. And now the process that we use on a personal basis and a team basis is very simple. It's reinforcing, it's feedback, and reflection. Now, I've already talked about this on the personal level with our bookend days and then taking the trait worksheet and getting feedback from people who are close to us. On a team level, it works very similarly. If you take 5 minutes at the beginning of each meeting to ask a simple question about individual traits or celebrating someone's performance and then tying it to the traits, that weaves in and makes the link between an individual's performance, their personality, and the traits that they have. Now, in order to make this consistent, we know it has to become a habit. It has to be tied to something that you're already doing. And in most team meetings, there's an opener, there's an icebreaker, and this is a perfect opportunity to insert that. So after your group has gone through creating the paragraphs, then in the very first meeting, you want to take an opportunity for people to share their paragraph and just go around the room and read what they created. Now, here's where the curiosity comes in. It's asking questions of the individual and the group. For example, one question could be, Sally, which of those traits is your favorite and why? Or you could ask somebody to comment on Sally's and say, hey, George, you work with Sally closely. Which trait do you experience the most? And what we'll provide you is a checklist of more than 100 opening questions. And they're very simple, and it just comes out of natural curiosity. So imagine asking one of these simple questions a week, having people respond to it, and that allows you to ask a simple question week after week after week. Your team may be coming off an intense project they were on. Well, in the next meeting, you can ask. And so take a look at your paragraph and tell me which of the strengths were most engaged during that effort that we had. Now, you can also flip it over to the shadow traits or the kryptonite side and ask, during that project, there was a lot of pressure. Which of the traits got in your way the most? And so you can continue building on these questions week after week. And again, we'll provide you not only a checklist, but some video examples of how you might do that. So that's your process as a manager, a facilitator, or coach to be curious, to have a checklist, but to continue on a consistent basis. It's designed to be simple, and the true power comes from the consistency of the habit. And what you'll find over time is that people naturally get to know each other at a deeper level, learn how to communicate better, learn how to help one another when they fall into their shadow traits or their kryptonite side, and turn into a highly cohesive, aligned team that has great rapport with one another. So if you have any questions about this introduction to your role as a facilitator, manager, or coach, just reach out. We've got all kinds of tools and aids for you, and take care.